Pauline Hanson, it is terrific to have you here again. This activist, Cheryl Moody, and the Greens, Larissa Waters, they were actually at a press conference that was supposed to be calling on you to quit from the National Family Law Inquiry. But those comments about the firefighters, what do you make of them?
They're both drop kicks, Andrew, as far as I'm concerned. What a man-hater she is. And I could not believe that Larissa Waters stood beside her and allowed her to say that without stepping in. If it had been me, I said, well, hold on a minute, I don't agree with what you're saying here. Especially in a time like this when firefighters are out there and doing their darndest to save people and their lives and property and animals and what they put themselves through, their own lives at risk. And to say something like that, I think it's disgusting. I'm lost for words. I really am. This is what we're getting from people. Their attitude, it's ridiculous. Bloody
Pauline,
idiots.
maybe there's a way out of this. Maybe before firefighters go out to fight a fire, maybe they should be forced to attend compulsory, a little session about domestic violence before they're allowed into the truck, because that might prevent a little harm.
Andrew, stop. Don't you start with
sorry,
that
it's getting to me. So you're getting to me. I'm sorry. Pauline, but there's a madness in the air. You're hearing all this stuff. You're hearing the Greens going nuts. What's going on?
You know what? On the floor of Parliament today, they wanted to talk about international sex or their sex. I don't even know what it is. They put it up yesterday about transgender, and then they want us to learn about it. And today they put up another thing on the floor of Parliament. Yesterday I voted against it. Two of us, Malcolm Roberts, myself, and Corey Bernardi, and the rest of them voted for this. And they brought up the same rubbish again on the floor of Parliament. And I said, hold on a minute. I'm not going to spend my time learning about less than 1%, less than 0.01% of the population has these issues and keep raising this every day. I said my time is taken up with the defence, with PTSD, with water, with dairy farming and other issues. I said I'm not putting up with this rubbish. And unless we stand up as a people, as a representative in this Parliament, they'll keep pushing this rubbish onto us, and no one wants to say anything because we can't upset anyone. We've got to be politically correct. Well, as long as I'm in this Parliament, it's not going to happen. I'm sick and tired of this garbage. I'm sick and tired of this rubbish.
Well, I think the Morrison government has lost any courage for fighting the ideological fights at all. I think it's just going with the flow. You're seeing it with Indigenous recognition. You're seeing it a little bit with global warming. You're seeing it on a number of fronts, and I think, and I'll raise another issue later in the show. But listen, this woman who said, these firefighters, watch out for these people when they get home. The poor wives.
Yeah.
This woman is the one that thinks that you shouldn't be on this parliamentary inquiry into family law. Is she someone whose judgment you'd trust in these matters?
She's of no consideration to me whatsoever. She's a dropkick as far as I'm concerned. And for Albanese to come out today and say that I'm really not the right person to be on this, I don't know his exact words, but basically that's what he said. Can I say at the first meeting, the committee meeting, we were there, and I did not nominate myself as the deputy chair. That nomination came up from the other committee members, supported by the Labor members. No one voted against me being the deputy chair of that family law inquiry. And I tell you something, Andrew, and I'll tell everyone else out there. I believe that I will represent all Australians because I push for this inquiry to be the voice of the ordinary Australians out there. They feel they have not been heard. And I will not allow this inquiry to head down the path of the law reform inquiry or these interest groups, these self-interest groups. I don't care who the hell you are. You will have your say. But this is about the people of Australia have not had their say. And I want a balanced inquiry that is going to come out with the right recommendations that we can change the system to help people stop that family splitting up, children not seeing their parents. We've got actually a fairer system and no longer suicides. It's so important to me, Andrew, and I of all people, I think I'm the one that people of Australia need on an inquiry, and everything's not buried to suit these other self-interest groups.
They do boast that they've got 70,000 people who signed their Change.org petition, which I believe is about how many signed a petition demanding that Sally Steggall, who beat Tony Abbott on the global warming platform for Warringah. That's about as many people who signed a petition demanding that Sally Steggall erect a whole lot of wind farms along Warringa's beaches to set an example to the rest of us. Now, about the fires, the Greens, the ABC, the retired fire chiefs who heard on today, they're all blaming global warming for the fires. Are you?
No, of course I'm not. It's got nothing to do with it. If anything, I blame the Greens and the Labor Party. They've actually shut down the national parks where you can't actually clear the what can I say, the fuel on the floor. That's timber that's fallen down, old timber on the floor. You can't clear it, you can't do anything about it. Do you know in these national parks also, that was once farmed, they've destroyed the dams in it so that the fauna can't drink out of it. It's just ridiculous what they've done, their attitude. They are the ones to blame for all this. So unless we get back to common sense that we control our national parks and our forests and make sure they're looked after, and they won't allow the farmers to actually clean up their own properties. They cut down the mulga out west, Charleville, and they can't rake it, they can't clean it up. It's all left there as debris to actually create fires. It's ridiculous. These are the bloody idiots that are causing the problems in our country. And as long as people keep voting for them, we're going to have these horrific bushfires because the fuel's there to make it worse.
Look, I think you're absolutely right. Well, I think the question is for viewers, who do you think's got the answer? The people that say that we can fight the fires by turning down the world's temperature, Australia, just dial it down, I don't know, 10 degrees, or those like Pauline Hanson who think maybe we should just control the fuel level in the forest instead. What would be easier, I want to ask. But anyway, Pauline, look, thank you so much.
They don't tell us how. I've got to say to you, they don't tell us how.
They're not going to tell you
how.
They
all whinge and complain out there. They can't because they don't know. They don't know. They're bloody idiots
Pauline,
because it's all political.
No.
And I'm sick and tired of being political.
They might know, but they don't want people to know. Yeah, but they don't want people to know because if they knew, they'd never vote for them. That's the issue. If they knew what was involved, they'd never get... That's why Bill Shorten never told people during the last election how much the plans would cost, these global warming plans. Because if they knew, whoa. Pauline Hanson, thank you so much indeed for your time.